It's happening again. The world's chasing another gold rush, and almost nobody sees what's coming next. Just like 25 years ago, people are throwing money at shiny new tech, convinced they've found the next big thing. Only this time, the frenzy isn't .com, it's AI. Back then, investors said, this time it's different. But it wasn't. I remember what that felt like. The internet was magic. Everyone was getting rich until they weren't. In 1998, people quit jobs, sold homes, and poured everything into companies with names they couldn't even pronounce. Pets.com, Webzan, eToys. For 2 years, their wealth skyrocketed until the bubble burst. The NASDAQ dropped nearly 80%. Only half of those companies survived. Some lost millions overnight. Others lost decades of work. But the scariest part? Everyone thought they were being smart. Fast forward to 2025, and I can feel that same energy again. Only now, it's not .com that's driving it, it's AI. Investors are piling into tech stocks like it's a guaranteed lottery ticket. They're convinced every new tool, every chatbot, every startup is the next Google. And the dangerous part? The hype feels even bigger this time because now the companies involved are the biggest in history. Today, just 7 companies control almost 36% of the entire S&P 500. They call them the Magnificent Seven: Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Meta, Apple, Tesla, and Nvidia. They're all racing to dominate artificial intelligence, and together they're spending over $330 billion this year alone to do it. For perspective, that's more money than the entire GDP of Finland, all chasing one thing: control of the future. Tesla is pouring billions into autonomous driving and XAI. Apple's spending $10 billion just trying to make Siri smarter, though let's be honest, that might take a bit more. Meta, $60 billion on the metaverse and AI data centers. Google's rebuilding the entire internet around AI for $75 billion. Microsoft's investing $8 billion through OpenAI and supercomputers. And Amazon, $100 billion on AWS to power everyone else's dreams. All of them fighting the same war, because whoever wins this race owns the future. Now, don't get me wrong, AI is revolutionary. But let's be honest, most of the profit right now is being made from the idea of AI, not the reality of it. Everyone's trying to get in early, forgetting that bubbles don't burst when things are bad. They burst when things are too good for too long. Here's where things get strange. Microsoft invests billions into OpenAI. Yet OpenAI then spends that money to buy computing power from Microsoft's servers. Microsoft then uses that cash to buy Nvidia chips. Nvidia, in return, invests back into OpenAI. Every company logs it as revenue, inflating their numbers and driving stock prices higher. It's the illusion of growth, a perfect circle of money that doesn't actually create anything. It's like paying your friend $1,000 to dig a hole, then he pays you $1,000 to fill it back in. Both of you claim you made $1,000, but neither of you got richer. So who's really winning? Nvidia. Since ChatGPT launched, their stock's up 1,600%. They sell chips to everyone: OpenAI, Meta, Amazon, Tesla, and then they invest back into the same companies buying from them. It's a perfect cycle, and Nvidia sits right in the middle. They're selling the shovels in this gold rush. And history tells us in every gold rush, it's the shovel sellers who get rich first. Right now, OpenAI is valued at over $500 billion. You'd think they're printing cash, but they're actually losing money every month and making only around $12 billion a year in revenue. That's a price-to-revenue ratio of over 40 times. Yet investors are celebrating like it's 1999. We've seen this movie before, and we know how it ends. AI has been improving too fast, but soon it'll hit something called the data wall. By 2027, AI will have consumed nearly all public data available online. Everything written, posted, or recorded by humans, gone. Once that happens, AI can't keep improving the same way. It'll slow down. But investors are pricing it like it'll accelerate forever. That's when bubbles break. The truth is, AI can process data, but it can't live life. It doesn't know what regret feels like. It doesn't know what it means to lose everything in a crash or to rebuild from nothing. That's what gives real investors an edge, human experience. Because while AI can learn, it can't understand. So, is AI just another bubble? Maybe. But here's the thing. Bubbles aren't bad. They're signals of innovation. They show where humanity's pushing boundaries. The internet bubble gave us Amazon and Google. This one will give us giants too. But it'll also leave behind wreckage for those who mistake hype for value. When I lived through the 2000 crash, my friends lost millions. They sold everything when the panic hit. I didn't. I kept investing, small but steady. And when the dust settled, those same investments had doubled in value years later. The key isn't timing the market. It's staying in the market. If you invested $300 a month starting in 2000, even through every crash since, you'd have over $350,000 today. Most people tried to outsmart the storm, but wealth doesn't come from guessing. It comes from consistency. The real danger isn't that AI will fail. It's that people will stop thinking. We're outsourcing curiosity to algorithms, and that's when bubbles grow fastest, when everyone agrees. When no one questions the narrative. Now, here's the good news. When fear returns to the market, that's when smart money wakes up. Every panic, every crash, they all look the same in the moment, chaos. But for disciplined investors, they look like discount season. If I were starting today, here's what I'd do. Keep investing monthly, no matter what headlines say. Diversify. Stocks, bonds, real estate, maybe a little crypto. Avoid hype. If everyone's talking about it, it's already too late. Build cash, because opportunities don't wait. The people who prepare now will own tomorrow. Wealth isn't about predicting the next boom. It's about surviving every bust. It's not about being early. It's about being ready. Every crash builds the next wave of millionaires. The question is, which side of history will you be on? When you hear people say, this time it's different, just smile, because it never is. The faces change, the technology changes, but human behavior never does. So no, this isn't the end of AI, and it's just the beginning of another lesson in greed and patience. The winners will be the ones who stay calm, keep learning, and keep investing through the noise. Because wealth isn't made in excitement. It's made in discipline. If that hit you, follow for smarter money moves.